dark like my liquor. Skin sweat mixed with the white. Ketamine, coke, and Molly.
She's saying what I think she's saying, ketamine, coke, and Molly. It's so intoxicating, this album so far. So intoxicating.
360, 360, 360, 360.
Oh my god, this is the snippet. This is the snippet.
She's mine, I love her. She's mine,
I love that. We're about to enter Black Star. Okay. Black Star, Amaarae. Ghana's finest, okay. One of the major names to stem out of contemporary music for Ghana. In general, for African music scene. Her last album, the last two albums, the discography that she's building for herself right now, one to envy. Not predictable whatsoever. She's such a nerd when it comes to her influences, the sonic influences, everything from rap to EDM to like Ghana indigenous like high life as well, like just overall Afrobeats Bedu. Like she's there. She catches a lot of the influences, a lot of the essence behind Afrofusion in the truest form of blending sounds and scapes that you don't necessarily expect to be coming together. She's in that realm with Odusi and Santi when it comes to that attributes, and I love how she is, propelled through her career to the point where she is she's playing in the West. You know what I mean? She's a player in the West. Okay, she has, just looking at the features of this, she's going on Coachella. The success of the last album earned her so much, especially in that dance circuit, okay, especially the Vogue dance circuit. Hello. Very sex positive, very just liberating type of music and fun, and that's what she exemplifies in a lot of ways. That's what Fountain Baby did for her, and I'm expecting this to kind of piggyback and be in that momentum for her. Now, the naming of this Black Star made it feel like she was coming back, or at least being a lot more indigenous with her sonic influences. I think some signs could have been shown. Obviously, some signs have been shown through the blend of sonics that she had. Just the last single that we got from her, Girlie-Pop, had a bit of Jersey Club bounce to it, but obviously it still has some high life infusion to it. That was very fun and funky. So I guess that's the way we can make sense of the Black Star persona or era that she's trying to emphasize. I'm looking forward to a lot more vintage Ghana like references and pulls and sonic like ideas that obviously connects back to Ghana, because I think that's the whole premise here. Black Star, she definitely looks like the whole Ghana flag involved, and she's the Black Star in that case in the flag, which is so dope of a cover art. The lineup of features didn't necessarily scream I'm going back home. There's not really a strong Ghana feature here to look like she's connecting back home, or at least pouring back into the Ghana space. To be fair to her, she's not owed that kind of duty, to be fair. She wasn't the biggest, she wasn't majorly championed by the Ghana audience, to be very honest. She's kind of built her audience in the Nigerian space, or in the Nigerian alternative space, before essentially capturing the global space when it comes to the Western dance circuits. But overall, she has Bree Runaway here, and I'm looking forward to that record the most, because Bree Runaway she's Ghanaian American like Amaarae is, and recently she's been on this fantastic run of sampling old like vintage Ghana records. She's done very, very recent work on some of the late Daddy Lumba, rest in peace Daddy Lumba records. She's drawn some high life blends with hip hop that is so fantastic. You should go check her covers that she put out on the social media. It's so fire. She's a fire rapper. As soon as I saw her name next to Amaarae, it's exactly what I want to hear when it comes to Black Star type of connection, and I'm looking forward to that one the most. But either way, man, I'm expecting the fun, upbeat energy, because that's exactly what she is. prepped us up for with the last 2 singles, and all the conversation around the album has been heavy on dance. You know what I mean? So I'm expecting to get a vibe, get a groove, a lot of heavy production, and Amaarae is a producer as well. So I'm looking forward to this, man. Let's get into it. Stuck Up, first track, Amaarae. What do you have for us? Oh, man.
She wanna get tipsy, she rollin' bitch and
I might be. I'm a that bitch done soda up. Ice like that bitch scanned over. If I fuck a bitch in the truck, her body look different. I know the prescription. You ain't gotta lie about that.
Okay.
I'm dipping some pills when I roll. Now I want that bitch in the bag.
There's something very Stromae-esque about this. Very Ellie Stromae.
Sweat mixed with the white. See me a bitch. Turned out the dyke. I'm dark like my liquor. Skin sweat mixed with the white. I'm the trappiest in the city when I hit the club. I need all my bitties that be linking up.
What? Oh my God, Amaarae. Amaarae, yet another sound, just another intro that is so like grand and major, but at the same time, she's setting the tone. Clearly, we are in a dance arena. Okay, very Tokyo Drift. Someone said Need for Speed, man. I love that, bro. I love the sonics of everything so far, man. Know what I mean? Like the electronic edges that she's able to sound, but at the same time bringing into some African flair where you hear that dun dun. I might be. That, you know what I mean? That 5-beat pattern of, you know what I mean, of Ghana High Life that she'll be able to make electronic sounds with. I love that, man. I love that so far. And the crazy transition into the next track.
When this beat go blammo in Czechoslovak Atlanta, I want your body black.
Breathe.
Make it sex attack. Now pump your body, eat the floor just like a disco slut.
I came in with my tecker. I squeezed it.
Bro, she is tapping into that like Vogue. You know what I mean? Them guys. You know what I mean? Them ones. Them like, you know what I mean? RuPaul's Drag Race type like sonics. Very what's this album? What's this Beyonce album? Renaissance. Thank you. Ballroom culture. That's exactly where Amaarae has been in. Yeah, this feels like this is catered to that. I'm hearing that. I'm hearing that level of you know what I mean, sensuality with it. You know what I mean? It feels like, you know what I mean, where you just want to feel like you're just feeling yourself type energy. I like it, man. Let's go.
My trap is going up. Take that shit, warm it up. Ketamine, coke, and Molly. Ketamine, coke, and Molly. Ketamine, coke, and Molly.
She's saying what I think she's saying, ketamine, coke, and Molly. Wow. I guess because that's exactly what this feels like. It feels like we're tripping on something. That's exactly what this record feels like. 2 tracks in. But bro.
Somebody, I'm about to serve somebody. I'm about to serve somebody. Ketamine, coke, and Molly.
Amaarae, bad influence, man, honestly. And I love it.
I got some sexy ways. I'll move my body right. I'm freaky. Yeah, man, ain't caught all night.
La 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 la.
It's Asha, baby. It sounds like my brings these boys to the boys in the yard. Well, sorry, my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. That's what that's what she's referencing now.
My bitch wanna follow.
What?
I can hear you shut up. I'm about to serve somebody.
It's crazy.
Coke and Molly.
From my dirty balls like I did on days, bitch.
Starkillas. Oh man. That's insane. Bro. It's so intoxicating, this album so far. So intoxicating. Right? I mean, like I feel like I'm tripping on something. I have not even ingested anything yet, Amaarae. There's nothing here. We've been vibing on H2O this whole time. Clean H2O. But at the same time, there's a level of something that is entering through the frequency of this record, man. The tones, the vibe overall, the tones of the voices, man. I love it. I love that contrast that Brie comes in with, because she's bringing in that Vogue elements to it. You know what I mean? That very, very like, what was the term? Ballroom culture. I think that was what essentially what she's tapping into, and I absolutely love it, man. I absolutely love it. The electronic like bends and how chaotic it sounds. I absolutely love that it's working, man. And it's just a vibe so far. It's a vibe. All right. Definitely say no to drugs, kids, for sure, because what she's mixing up on this hook sounds like yeah, man, it sounds like a whirlwind. Okay. I'm such a narc, man. I love it. Anyway, man, I called it a whirlwind. Anyway, man, let's get into the next track. Okay, this one has Naomi Campbell on it. Okay, well, Naomi, I guess she's gonna talk or something. You know what I mean? Let's get into it. MS60.
I just brought that loud in on that gas though.
You'll see.
On that wild shit since the band though. 360, 360, 360, 360.
Oh my god, this is the snippet. This is the snippet I've been looking forward to. Oh my god, this record is dumb hard. She teased this on a live stream one time. Oh my gosh.
It's sending like radar.
Bro, this is so good. I am hyped to this song. I've been looking forward to this song in its entirety. I remember her dropping this snippet and I could not get my mind off this one. Bro, I love how it came off out of nowhere and caught me off guard. I absolutely love that. I love that I didn't know it was exactly this song. But bro, the snare that she's able to, I mean, the bounce that she was on in the beginning, and when the 808s now kick in, insane, man. Such a vibe.
You get you some, you look good and all these walls around me. 360, 360. Cut me a bitch like a cable.
Hey.
I wanna fuck at an angle.
Hey.
She really cute with a quasi. She makes it, I don't wanna shame her.
Neil Campbell is in the back saying pose, saying serve. Come on, man. Come on. I think that's what's happening right now. I'm hearing pose, serve, them ones, them ad-libbing. Naomi Campbell.
She giving me cat when she taking a knee. She really a work cause she's sucking in me.
Bro, the kick pattern is crazy.
They call me a bitch, a villain, controversial diva. No, I am the Black Star.
Oh, pose. Nah, that might be my favorite, man. That might be my favorite. But ketamine and Molly though. Anyway, nah, man, that cooked. She cooked on that one, man. The production is insane on all these efforts, bro. This subtle delay on the kicks. Dum dum dum. Dum dum. That shit is fire. Dum dum dum. Dum dum. No, that's sick. That is sick production. That's some very little things that just drive me insane. I absolutely love that one, man. I love the energy on that record. The first 3 tracks, man, heat so far, man. Oh man, let's get into the next one. Kiss Me Through the Phone. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, this is the Pink Pantheress. Oh my goodness, the tones on this. Somebody even said, so I saw a tweet, somebody said it's gonna sound like Chipmunks. It's gonna sound like Amaarae and the Chipmunks because of they're both, yeah, they're both head voices, type of, yeah, tones. And it'll be interesting to see. Very falsetto heavy. So let's go, man. Amaarae, Pink Pantheress, man. Big collab. Let's see how this one goes, man. What? Wait, is this not Cisco? Ooh. What? Not Kiss Me Through the... I thought they were sampling like Kiss Me Through the Phone, like Bow Wow, you know what I mean? But it's Thong Song.
You know I'm still up. We can talk all night, or should I wake you up? Kiss me through this mobile phone, baby. What are you wearing? Screenshots of your camera roll, baby. What are you sharing? It's been a while, so I really can't remember what you look like. Oh no, I very well.
I don't know if I'm a a fan of this one, man. I think I'm gonna pass on this one, but
DMing the ex, thought I was looking for tea. I'm in here sending her threats, I'm really upset, especially about you and about me. You try to pull me in check. You think with time that I can call you mine? I saw you yesterday before you crept away. With time,
another sample, yeah, she did.
Call you mine. I saw you yesterday before you crept away.
Dun 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 dun. It just sounds like something you hear from Mustard of the Beat. But obviously they use that tone to something else. So obviously in a dance electronic atmosphere. I think that's kind of clever if they did that. If that's the sample that they're pulling from. Yeah, man, it's a mustard sample. Or am I crazy for thinking that? Show Me Love from the 90s. Or because mustard could be sampling something else. That's fair. So it might be something before mustard, of course. I think there's bits and pieces of this record that works. I don't necessarily think I'm a fan of the entirety of it. Seems kind of lengthy, even though yes, the length it makes up for having different pockets and super dynamic as essentially any Amaarae record would be. It's not as predictable, it's not as layered, it's not as like structured to the point where it's exactly what to get from it. But it was a lot. It was way too much, and I don't think it really embraced any of the pockets. I think it did actually. It's just that the part that it embraced, I'm not too a big fan of that. Yeah, I'm gonna skip on that one. But overall, production is essentially as eclectic as it gets with Amaarae. Crazy sampling, different pivots, left, right, and center, at every point in time. So it's nice to see that. Okay, it's nice to see that. And there's some points where they were actually in sync. It felt like a bridge for the record, which by every means, like every Pink Pantheress record, you don't typically get a bridge from her. Okay, you don't necessarily get as structured as a song in this kind of framework for a Pink Pantheress. So shout out to Amaarae for getting Pink Pantheress to really have that type of structure, because yeah, her songs are typically shorter, at least from my recollection from her work in general. And I don't know if anyway, but yeah, that's exactly what I would sit on for this one. Might be a skip for me for this one, but that's what the next one is saying. B2B. Okay, let's go next track.
B2B, buy to buy, fuck on me, fuck you back. I've been into you, I like what we do. Now come into me, see my point of view. There's times when I'm perking and wavy and need to let go. I could love kiss codeine. You never done shit for me, my heart. Remy on seat, I'm genie. Now you come and show me my heart. Could love kiss cocaine. You never done shit for me, my heart. How many love feels one tree? Don't wanna be nothing but me, my heart.
All right. B2B, a lot more. I guess I can say that was a lot cozier as opposed to the energy that we kicked off the first three tracks with. Obviously, it seems like at this point in the album sequence, the vibes are kind of settling in. And it's not as abrasive, it's not as energetic as those ones kind of picked up from. But I'm not too mad at this particular one in particular. Sorry, that was a tautology right there. But I'm not mad at this one essentially, but just overall doesn't have that strong presence that the rest of the records kind of picked up from. And yeah, it not much of a compelling chorus as well to really like send it home. I don't even know if there was a chorus per se, but yeah, I think it was a cool, decent moment. That's what the next track is saying, man. That's what the next track is saying. She is my drug. Let's go.
Do you believe in love after drugs?
Oh. Can you believe in life after drugs? Do you believe? what's she doing, man? What is she encouraging here, ladies and gentlemen? Right? I mean, just bad influence, man. Mommy and daddy will not be happy with this, man. Not do you believe in love after drugs? Oh man. Anyway, man. Shout out to Amaarae, man. This drug advocacy is crazy.
I'll give you everything.
Shout out to Cher, man. She's hitting all those like Easter eggs in terms of samples. Very, very like, yeah, very, very Madonna, late 90s, where Madonna was one of the much more embracing of the ballroom culture. I think she's in that bag again in recent times. Beyonce's Renaissance, you can liken it to, but Cher, sampling Cher or referring back to Cher's you believe in life after love, like do you believe in love after drugs? That's crazy.
Falling like rain. Dripping like rain. I can feel the rush and I lean into you.
Does she do anything else?
Dirty, you wish you wash my heart. You'll never see.
Ooh, that transition. Amaarae looks way too healthy to be advocating for all these drugs. I'm sorry. She looks like she has obviously taken a few spa days and she looks well relaxed. Okay. I don't understand where all this euphoria is coming from. And advocacy, man. She looks way too relaxed, man. To be saying all these things, but what do I know? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, yet again, don't do drugs, okay? Please do not, okay? But this is yet another record that obviously brings up still the fun nature of the atmosphere. There's an identity that this album is clearly embracing, and I love to see it. It's in that Vogue space that we love to see. But but I love the production elements to every song, almost virtually every song when it comes to production conversation. It's as dynamic as it gets, and eventful. Okay, very eventful. And I loved where this one was sitting. I felt like there was a lot more potential with this one, especially towards the end. I love the transition, or at least the outro of it, production wise. I love to see that dun, 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 be the meat of the record, the anchor of the record. But regardless, I think it's a decent moment. Still catchy with the Cher reference from the Believe record in the late 90s. Major smash hit. So I'm here for it. I'm here for her still playing in that ballroom atmosphere as well. So it's not bad, man. It's not bad regardless. Obviously, a lot of rain, which obviously is a euphemism for something else. I don't know. Anyway, man, let's get into the Girlie-Pop. Okay, we already know Girlie-Pop, Sweetie Pop, Philly Pop, Other Pop. I love that record. That was fun. Jersey Club. Again, another variation of house, another variation of just dance music in general. And I'm here for it. Let's give a quick refresher for Girlie-Pop and the vibes.
I want you to take me from
the top.
Kiss me till I tell you
Make you stop.
Replay me, I need you so.
All the vibes, man.
Signals can't release alone.
All the vibes, man. Girlie-Pop is such a bop, bro. Then the next record was Slut Me Out, which we definitely vibe to. This is one of the best. Pepe and Yash. We love to see it, man. Same level, man. Amaarae, what a freaking beast when it comes to this music, man. Who thinks of ideas like this, man? Anyway, Sha, Slap Me Out was there, man. She cooked. Next record, Fineshyt. I remember she mentioned this one in a Billboard interview. I'm excited about this song being one of her favorite songs. It's called Fineshyt. I am so gassed to hear it. Let's see what it's gonna sound like, man. Let's go. Fineshyt. New slang these days for like just any fine babe, you know?
She's my fine shit. I love her then I don't. She's always on the phone. I gave her what she want. My fine shit. Don't choose me from 5 to 15. I already told my sip. I'm already on it. She's my fine shit. She's spending all my money. I'm about to get bored. She burning through my drugs. I can't buy from the store. She's my fine shit.
Wow.
She's my, I love her. She's my
palava, I love that. Yo. Did she say she's my palava? Right? Is that what I heard? Or am I bugging? Anyway, please please clarify if she's saying she's my palava, which is very funny to say. Yeah, man. She's your lover, she's your stress at the same time. It makes sense. Anyway, man, that one stands out for me. I love Fineshyt a lot. The energy, so infectious, so blazing. I mean, it sounds like another variation of that sample that we got from what record was it? From the B2B record? Oh, sorry, the Kiss Me to the Phone. No, not Kiss Me to the Phone. I think it was the B2B record that had that sample. But yeah, man, I'm loving the energy, loving the little fragments of like, even though yes, I don't think we've gotten as much blending in terms of like the genre like attributes of songs in many instances. It just feels like it's mostly dance, and not to say that that's a bad thing, but it's not as much fusion as I expected from I mean, Girlie-Pop had the fusion, Slap Me Out had the fusion as well. But this so many of them have been very strictly like EDM centric, and I love that. I absolutely love that she's in that headspace. I mean, there's a whole sonic identity that the album is already spelling out so far, and I'm here for it, man. I'm absolutely here for it. The sonics, man, the production, and how she's very subtle with her vocals, even though it's not necessarily subtle, but she's present, but at the same time, she's just embedded into the production so well. Like, it just feels like it's just the overall production that makes it work. And there's one credit that is very prevalent across the board. Is the French producer. I forget how you pronounce his name, but it's KYU Steed. He's worked with her for quite some time, and they're very, very well locked in at this point. Almost as if she doesn't, even though she's a producer herself, it's almost as if she has handed the keys over to him to like take charge, and he's just steering this wheel nicely, man, in this like euphoria of a headspace that we've been in for the last 10 tracks. You know what I mean? So I'm loving the sonic shape that they've been able to build together. Next track is Dove Cameron. Let's hear it.
Oh, I can't do no wrong, I'm baby. I let this girl call me Alma. Most of my girls call me baby. I got plenty of money. Say it is to you. When I say it is to you.
Whoa. What are we cooking at? From one end, I'm thinking is like a Brazilian funk type shit, and then it distorts the kick pattern a little bit. It's a weird pattern, and I'm trying to catch the beat still. Let's hear it. Oof, I don't know, man. I think I might have hit my threshold with this one. There's a level of creativity that just maybe just slightly passes the threshold of like, okay, maybe I can catch it, I can vibe with it. I think we've exceeded that threshold in this one. I'm not gonna lie. But some people say they like it. Mike likes this. Hey, man. If you're there, you're there. Let me see if I get there. But so far, I'm not there. It's just, the timing of the beat is just a little oof. I get it. Like, you're edgy. But you never know, man. It might be a little. Anyway, but let's hear it out. Let's hear it out.
He peeked through my privacy screen. I'm really like one of them ones. I can't even stretch anymore. My lights on me shine. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know if Steed was behind this, but I guess. Shout out to everyone, man. But oof, that was a tough one. That was definitely a tougher one out of the few records we've heard so far. Let me refresh the poll again for that one. Because it seems like the poll is getting mixed up. Could you send in your votes again? Because I don't know. Yeah, this is a little iffy for me. Because I see the influences of Brazilian funk here. The Bill funk. And it's a little on the edgy side of things. The timing of it is slightly offset, so it can sound or at least can land different. And there's a part of it that feels like it's a little trappy. That it's just kind of going for a trap flow and she's borderline rapping again. But I don't know if it worked for me, man. I don't know if it worked for me. So how are you feeling the poll for that one? Yeah, you guys are not there for this particular one. I hear you. I hear it. I don't think I'm there, man. Since they were trying to do a distorted Brazilian funk. Yeah. I think that's what they were going for. But it is what it is. They probably missed me on that one, and some of us in the chat. Oh well. Next up is, I know Dante would like that. Dante loves those avant-garde type shit. Which is cool. Which is great. Anyway, man, next up we have a song that I kind of dreaded. Now, this has a Charlie Wilson feature. Now, Charlie Wilson, at this point, it feels like an industry gimmick to have Charlie Wilson on the record. At this point, okay, even though yes, you know what Charlie Wilson would deliver when it comes to like rappers stay using him, R&B niggas stay using him. But it could work with the Amaarae setting. Who's to say that it could not work, or it could not be a different angle for a Charlie Wilson feature? I trust Amaarae to be a little edgier with it. So let's see how she uses a Charlie Wilson feature. This one's called Dream Scenario. Let's go. I could hear the finger hitting the keys type thing. You know those electronic like keyboards? I can hear the switch in the key. I mean, listen closely. It's so, I don't know if it's intentional, but yeah, I hear that.
As soon as you're ready, I'm calling away more. My own was really a cunt. She never put up with none. Something about her sanctimonious. I'm a savior. Love her body, ain't no holding it. I be shaping up. I need a hope for summer now. What are you gonna do with it? I know my heart is sensitive. What are you gonna do with it? I believe in her, don't understand it. She's stable. Let her hold my love, cause she's willing and able. Black Barbie dream.
Wow. So
It's all about you, baby. It's all about you. Tell me what you want, baby. I really want you,
yeah.
baby.
Literal chills on that one, man. Wow, what a way to close out a record. If that ended the album, I'll be happy. I'll be such a high. But my goodness, how pretty was that record? Very, very pretty atmosphere compared to like the very, very like euphoric, dark, energetic atmosphere that we've been on. Bro, I love how we didn't even get drums at all. Like it was essentially a ballad. You know what I mean? It's quite the variation of samples and and keys arrangements to the point where we're hearing some violins as well, like some strings. It felt like an orchestra. It felt large. It felt grand and super cinematic. How she was just weaving in and out of the record. Obviously, to her tone, I didn't necessarily pick out essentially what the story was. It felt like there was a story in there. It felt like a grander message, but overall, it just felt like the sonics of it was just blending as Amaarae typically does. But my goodness, man, that pause in between the last verse and then we transition into Charlie Wilson's portion, man, that was sick. That was absolutely beautiful, the transition, and then we get Charlie Wilson, it's all about you. No, man, that was beautiful. That was powerful. A powerful way to see us out, man. That was a good record. Very beautifully done. How do you feel about that one, man? I see all the ones in there, man. That was fire. That was absolutely fire. Crack cocaine doesn't feel this good. Yeah, that would have been a great outro, right? I would have been happy if the album ended on that note. But regardless, we have 2 more records. Maybe you might pivot to be a lot more higher intense records to see us out, perhaps. But yeah, man, obviously very solid on that one. I think we got 1 nose, but anyway, fairly for the most part, everyone loves that one. All right, let's get to the last 2 records. This one is called 100 Drum. Let's go. Is that Tree I'm hearing? Hello, Nana's like finally. Nana's like finally. She says she speaks the mother tongue, or at least ties it back to Ghana. To be honest, a lot of that Ghana aesthetic and branding, I'll be honest, there might be some slight misalignment with it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I would have loved this album was being sold or being packaged in a different light as a Black Star album. I don't know, man, but yeah. Anyway, let's finish it up, because yeah, that would be one of the asterisks for the conversation about the album. But overall, man, beautiful so far, man. Let's go.
No stress, blessings, it's raining on me.
She gave me a look at me to be just money. Give me the light, smoking up as I look in the sky. Really a business, selling my feelings and pop back the time. Like out the window, it helps. I'm whipping this whip like a belt. You bitches and schemers for real. I'm looking forward to seeing you fail. I'm looking forward to capping my on it. You're the reason why I'm running out of
All right. Cool. Crazy record, electric as usual. A lot more Brazilian funk, but the intro on this one kind of tied us back, or took us back to Ghana in some sense. When it came to the overall, like just overall language, tree, choir, singing in tree, that type of instance. The intro definitely stood out. The more we're going through the songs, it feels like the album could have ended in Dream Scenario, and we would have been happy. But yeah, man, this one, regardless, I guess it's still one of those moments. Brazilian funk was much more neater on this one, at least from that headspace when it came to the bounce, and then we somehow transitioned into an upbeat, like Jersey Club, something you can liken to Girlie-Pop as well, towards the end, still in that dance arena, okay? But anyway, I'm not too mad about that one on 100 Drum, okay? Let me see how you guys are kind of split on that one in the poll. Not bad. Let's get into the next track and the last track of the album. It's called Free the Youth, okay? Amaarae, what are we saying? Closer for the album. Let's go. This is a Ghana sample that we should know about, Nana. This is a sample that we should know about, but I love how it sounds, man. Okay, shut up. What? Who produced this? It can't be Steed. It's still Steed. Steed and Amaarae. Amaarae has credits on this one, producer-wise. Yeah, man, of course. And El Guincho. These are insane. The Gbedu is about to kick.
So hard.
I know. I like that. I like that. This album is a Subaru Girls. I like that because in a lot of ways you can kind of pattern both of them in that same light. Very electronic in how the sonics kind of transition throughout the entire phase. Edgy, avant-garde like type of production, and the tonality of it like very, very like unorthodox. I absolutely love that parallel. You can definitely pull that parallel in some sense that say this is a Subaru Girls in some ways, man. Anyway, definitely a fun album. That's needless to say. It's been fun spinning many of these records. Obviously paying close like ties to the ballroom culture like we've emphasized. And though that energy that ties into that as well, it works. Yeah, expecting that ballroom culture space to really tap into many records here, especially the top three. Okay, the top three records, like the first three records in this one, from Stuck Up to Starkilla with Breed Runaway and MS60, man. I was on the high with those three records, man. Those three records on an absolute high for this one. Amaarae, man, she did it again. This is another solid effort into her discography. This is one that obviously like clearly shows her having fun, tapping into the dance circuit attention that she really picked up from Fountain Baby, because Fountain Baby saw a very, very bright audience that made her lean into it towards this album, and it's the smart thing to do. I think she's going to benefit a lot from this decision to really emphasize the dance attributes of her artistry. And shout out to the producer that was prominent throughout virtually every track. KYU, or I'm not sure how you pronounce his name, but KYU Steed, French producer, magnificent effort on this one. Shout out to him. He was able to tap on different genres, different spaces, in the electronic space, in the house space, Jersey club, Brazilian funk, disco. You know what I mean? Just going in those like dance energy. And it was a way to make Amaarae like almost a piece of the production as well, because her tone, the way she lands on the beat, just the overall aesthetic of her voice, it just works in as a production element, as opposed to something that is really pronounced in your face in terms of a lyrical spiritual. Like, it's not necessarily lyrical, it's more just about atmosphere, it's about ambience. And this album is all about that. It's very laid back. It's at the same, as chaotic as it is, it's still laid back in many instances, in terms of you just vibing out, and not necessarily paying too much attention to it. Now, could there be a much more fairer balance with the Eurocentric or Western sentiment type of influences that clearly are what's driving the album? Definitely would have loved to see a lot more Afro flair, just from a bias for wanting some of that edge that she has, because essentially that's what she has to offer to the global space, is the African edge. And she was able to find that balance very nicely in Fountain Baby. There were so many records that were borderline Wizkid shaped type records, and not to say that she needed to bring that here, but in terms just in level of fusion, I feel like in level of fusion, I would have loved to see a lot more fusion. The two singles leading up to this, Girlie-Pop and Slut Me Out, those are songs that you can definitely see some African, or at least the highlight some of those elements. It's very subtle, but still embedded in the bounces, in the flair for it, in the 5-beat pattern. Like you could hear elements like that mixed into moments. But I definitely love a lot more fusion that made it feel very Afrofuturist, like in some sense. But I don't think she really wanted that. But we should not tie into the biggest disclaimer or misalignment with the idea of Black Star. I'm very curious why it's called Black Star, because it doesn't necessarily capture that much of the Black Star essence. Even though she's having fun, it's a dance, energetic atmosphere, it just doesn't feel as Ghana per se. I don't feel like there's a clear representation of Ghana in this, because she's borderline this album cover is a Ghana flag. Like one would think it's like it's gonna embrace so much. You're gonna have a few lined up Ghana features here, a few lined up Ghana samples. Granted, she gave us one towards the end with the Deba. What was the record again? Deba. Yeah, that was a Ghana sample apparently. Shout out to Nana in the cut for letting us know. So one would think that there'll be a lot more of that with this album. So that would be like the biggest question mark for what this album is in terms of the narrative versus what it actually is. The narrative versus the actual material. That's where I would love to see a lot of alignment in. Maybe we can expand on that. We can find out more. Maybe she gets the opportunity to be asked these questions regarding how this ties to Ghana in some sense. Because I would definitely love a lot more like clarity on that point, on that front. But regardless of the narrative of how it's been sold to us or how it's been packaged, it's still a fun album. It's still a fun listen. You know what I mean? Anyway, for an album called Black Star, fusion was on the low. It represents, but it's on the low. Yeah, I feel that, man. All right, man, that was fun. My favorites on this one, oh man, it's a bit from Stuck Up. Definitely still 360. That's my fucking jam, man. MS60. I don't know why it's called MS360 or MS60. But anyway, that Naomi Campbell subtle pose, pivot pose, serve. Like, that's how you use a Naomi Campbell feature, man. That's how you keep it very subtle. Keep it in the Vogue walkway, the runway type atmosphere. And it's fucking banged as a sample, as a snippet, and as a full record. It's my favorite record so far. There were other strong moments. I mean, the two singles were phenomenal already for me. Fineshyt was fun. Fineshyt was definitely one that stood out. Another one that stood out was definitely Dream Scenario with Charlie Wilson. Very ballad-esque. It was a breath of fresh air to the album. Honestly, could have been a closer. I would have been happy if the album closed on that note. I definitely rearranged it. But how Charlie Wilson ends the album, ends that song for it, absolutely brilliant. It's orgasmic. How it, like, goosebumps, layered type of atmosphere, man. Production overall was very robust and full of life. And just keeping you just full of life. Even in the moments that I didn't necessarily like or really fancy, production definitely made a statement in those moments. And that would be from the Kiss Me Through the Phone with Pink Pantheress. Not really the biggest fan of the arrangement. And the lean that they had for that particular song, frankly too repetitive. And Daddy That was a little too juvenile for me. And trust me, like, yeah, my threshold is a little bit there, but it's a little too juvenile of an arrangement for me and quite lengthy of a record. But overall, production still made a claim there. You know what I mean? B2B as well, a little too on the lengthier side of things. The record felt like it could have been a lot more concise. She's My Drug as well, a little too reliant on that share sample. I think that was a record with that share sample, a little too reliant on that sample. So it could have worked, but not necessarily a record I'm going to. And the Dove camera moment too, very jarring of a edgy Brazilian funk attempt, but a little too jarring for me. And that was one of those places where the experiment Morbid didn't land well for me per se. But I could definitely see how it could work in different climates and different settings for it. But overall, man, I think it's a solid album. Another one yet in the discography that is standout. Her debut and Fountain Baby might still edge over this one for me personally. But I'm still having fun from this one. I'm still thinking I'm leaving it with a lot of solid moments, and the album has a strong identity. You know what I mean? It stands out from the rest of her catalog. Very, 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 very noteworthy on a dance and on a ballroom culture aesthetic. I think she's leaning into it because she sniffed it in Fountain Baby, and she's leaning into it, doubling down on it. And I think it's a very smart move for her career in order to express herself in that setting. And of course, it's still very much in line with her essence. She has always been on that fluid, sensual, expressive nature as far back as the Fluid record. You know, the record Fluid. From her EP before the debut. So I'm excited to see how she's been her trajectory just goes, man. Is it a trifecta? Good question. It could be. Honestly, it could be. It could be how this album is going to be received. I think it's going to be received well. And it might as well be a trifecta of a run. You know what I mean? All over 7 out of 10 for me. Yeah, all the albums have been fire, man. All the albums have been fire. It's already been received well, right? Yeah, I can definitely see it being received well. I can definitely see this one being received well, man. And she's a fantastic, audacious artist, and we need people like that in this space. Okay, the ones that obviously go to the ends of the spectrum to really find and discover sounds and blends that we've not necessarily explored in the soundscape. And I love how much of a nerd she is about music, and literally has sentiments around Afrobeats and music in general to not be comfortable. You know what I mean? Always push the limit, always try to find uncomfortable areas, you know what I mean, to the point where it's uncomfortable and then maybe you can dial it back. But she's that kind of artist that is always trying to find the line, and it's almost like fighting a bull, you know what I mean? And I love that. I love that she's constantly just on that mantra, and she's playing a role nicely, man, in this space. And I love that. Absolutely love that. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, my final rating for this one on the first spin and the first run of tracks on this one, it sits nicely at a 7.5, okay, to an 8. But definitely could push up to an 8 for me. But I would say this is just bang above a 7 for me. So it's like a 7.5 in terms of how I'm feeling on this first listen. I'm curious how you guys will rate it or how you guys feel about it. I'm seeing 7s in the chat already. All right. Solid. Pitchfork named it the best music. Oof. Ah, man, that's fire. That's a great look for her, man. Yeah, man, phenomenal work. Shout out to Amaarae, man.